Welcome to the Heavy Spoilers Show. I'm your host Deffinition, aka your friendly neighbourhood spoiler man, and if like me you're still reeling from the Phase 4 announcement panel, then you're in for a real treat. Marvel have released a whole host of details about their upcoming spin-off series, What If, and throughout this video I'll be breaking down everything that you need to know about the show's cast, release date, and giving my thoughts on what we could see in it. There will be heavy spoilers here, so if you don't want to know anything about the upcoming series, then I highly recommend that you turn off now. With that out of the way, I just want to give a huge thank you for clicking this video. Now let's get into my breakdown of Marvel's What If. Okay, so firstly I thought I'd give a brief overview of the What If series and discuss what exactly it is. Those who are fans of Marvel Comics will be familiar with the aesthetic, and there have been countless What If graphic novels released over the company's long and rich publishing history. The series takes a key moment in Marvel history and subverts it slightly to show what the outcome could have been like for the arc had it gone another way. My favourite example of this is in the Civil War storyline, in which Captain America and Iron Man actually form a truce, and thus Cap is never killed, and yeah, I don't want to spoil too much, but it's a brilliant arc. They're not all happy endings though, and in the case of Avengers VS X-Men, sometimes these turns aren't necessarily for the best. It's a safe assumption to make then that the What If series will focus on key events in the MCU and show what could have happened in an alternate timeline. The show will be narrated by Jeffrey Wright, who is making his MCU debut as the Watcher, and he will be taking us from location to location and demonstrating how even the most minor change can have huge consequences. The first scenario that we have confirmed is the Peggy Carter spin-off, which involves Cap's old flame taking the Super Soldier Serum instead of the Star-Spangled Man with a Plan, which by the way is a song that I absolutely love. Smash that like button if you love this song too. Disney have done an incredible job of reuniting the cast once more, and this star-studded lineup is probably worth going back in time for. Featuring the voices of Hayley Atwell, Dominic Cooper, Stanley Tucci, Neil McDonough, Sebastian Stan, and Toby Jones, it looks like this piece will be set predominantly in World War II and show Peggy going head to head with Hydra. With Bucky, Howard Stark and the Howling Commandos at her side, I can see this playing out a lot differently, with her probably not going into the ice at the end and therefore not being around to help out the Avengers further down the line. Bucky probably won't become the Winter Soldier, and there's a whole host of potential to massively alter the universe, especially because this was its starting block. The most interesting thing about this lineup is that Chris Evans is nowhere to be seen, and it's crazy to think how different that the MCU would be if Stanley Tucci's character had not saved him at the recruitment office. Overall, I'm really looking forward to this, and I think it's an inspired choice that the show is going back to square one to show us all of the different possibilities that could be ahead. If you're a fan of the Agent Carter TV show, then you know that Peggy packs a punch already, and this could be an amazing Elseworld story to tell. The next scenario I think will be heavily focused on the Guardians timeline, and it could even tie into Endgame. There's a big moment in that movie where Rhodey knocks out Peter Quill and thus creates an alternate timeline in which he would never get the Power Stone, and thus the Guardians would never be formed, and Ronan would probably go on to become that universe's Thanos. Looking at the cast list, which is made up of Thanos, Nebula, Korath, Taserface, yes Taserface, and Yondu, it appears that this spin-off could even display what would have happened if Quill had never betrayed Yondu and he had have handed over the Power Stone straight away to the Mad Titan. This would have meant that the snap would have happened sooner, probably at a time when the Avengers were ill-equipped to deal with Thanos, and there's a wealth of potential here. I mean, who doesn't want to see the big purple grimace looking guy return to Marvel? I know I definitely do, and I think this could make for an incredible spin-off. We're also getting the return of Chadwick Boseman and Michael B. Jordan, who of course went head to head in Black Panther. What If stories tend to show what would have happened had the losing side won, and I can definitely see this playing out with Killmonger as the victor and having the forces of Wakanda take over the world instead of hiding in the shadows. It's definitely going to be an interesting choice, and may even have the Avengers going head to head with Killmonger to bring an end to his reign of terror, which will be great, especially if Tony doesn't have access to nanotechnology and he could just get wiped out by Wakanda. The next What If story, judging by the cast list, will probably change up the events of Thor Ragnarok, and it's refreshing to see Mark Ruffalo, Jeff Goldblum, Natalie Portman, Tom Hiddleston, Taika Waititi and Chris Hemsworth in the lineup. So what could this be about? Well, it's difficult to say, but I think that we could actually get an all-out version of Planet Hulk, with the big green giant maybe killing Thor in their face-off and then going on to take over the planet similar to the graphic novel. Korg was a big part of the source material, so it's nice to see that he's making a return here too. The absence of Thor could make Loki seek out Jane Foster, and we could see her becoming the new god of thunder faster than we thought with this change in dynamics. There's a lot of potential here, and I'm really excited to see the return of the Grandmaster. The final scenario looks like it's going to be focusing on an Avengers team up without all the big names. We have Jeremy Renner, Paul Rudd, Samuel L. Jackson and Michael Douglas returning, and due to this cast I actually think that it will take place just after Civil War, with potentially Cap and Iron Man killing one another in their battle at the end of the film. This would force Fury to scramble together the last of the heroes, and as all these characters were absent in Infinity War, this episode could centre around what would have happened if they'd went head to head with Thanos. I'm just going to stop you right there. I know you're typing Ant-Man flies up Thanos' butt, but I'm just going to stop you. Please don't get my video demonetized with your nasty comments. Anyway, What If is due to release in the summer of 2021 and I'm massively hyped for it. This looks like an amazing show and I can't wait to see what other potential timelines it explores. Obviously, I'd love to hear your thoughts on What If and if you're excited as I am. Comment below and let me know, and if you enjoyed this video then please give it a thumbs up and make sure you check out my full breakdown of all the confirmed Phase 5, yes Phase 5 movies that we currently have in development. We break down all of the major announcements, so it's definitely worth checking out if you want to know more. I'll leave that linked at the end and hopefully I'll see you over there after this. If you want to come talk to me directly or just want to see my general thoughts on movies, TV shows and games, then make sure you follow me on Twitter at DeffinitionYT. I also just want to let you know that we're giving away a free copy of Avengers Endgame on Blu-ray to one lucky winner, and all you have to do is like this video, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and leave your thoughts on the movie in the comment section below. The winner will be chosen at random on August the 10th and the Blu-ray will be shipped out from then to whoever gets the prize, so best of luck to everyone who takes part. This is a channel for people who are super into superheroes, so if that's the kind of thing you like, hit subscribe. Thanks again for taking the time to watch this. I've been Deffinition, you've been the best, and I'll see you next time. Take care, peace.